Hola, buenos días. Este video es simplemente para mirar cómo usar los adjetivos en español. My Spanish 1 students recently took a test on using adjectives to describe nouns in Spanish, of course, and some of them did really well. Some of the students did very poorly. So, for those of you who might be struggling with using adjectives and describing things in Spanish, I'm just going to kind of review a portion of the test that I gave and just kind of walk you through maybe how your thought process should go if you're struggling with these concepts. We're going to be doing things like, if we're talking about a dog, el perro, and he's fat, he'd be gordo. Or if we're talking about a girl, chica, and she's fat, she'd be gorda, for example. And then also, if we're talking about dogs, they'd be gordos if they're all fat. So I'm sorry if the video is just a tiny bit shaky, but I'm going to be holding the camera in my hand. So here we go. So this first section right here, we're supposed to look at the pictures of these two people. We have Rosa over here and Jorge over here on the right, and talk about what they are wearing or something about them that fits the description. So for example, over here you have number ones. Something about Rosa is corto. So we need to think about this word corto. For one, it means short in length, but we also have to keep in mind that it's masculine and singular. So something that she is wearing or something that is on her is masculine and singular. And the one thing that comes to my mind is her hair, because her hair is short. So we're going to say el pelo. You might be able to tell, but the student that was taking this test, before they cross out their answer, put zapatos. That would be wrong because her zapatos are a plural. That doesn't work with corto. Number two here, something about rosas are big. So look at big, grandes is plural. That could be masculine or feminine. The thing that I look at right away are her eyes. So I think that los ojos would be a good answer. Number three, something of Rosas is blanca, white. So obviously we're looking at her shirt there. I think maybe it's a blouse, so we could say la blusa. And then we got Jorge over here. Something about him are small. So pequeños, you'll notice, is masculine and plural. So I think that the thing that jumps out to me down here are his shoes. So I think that we will say los zapatos. And then lastly, something of Jorge's is big. It could be masculine or feminine because it ends in an E. So I think that we're going to look at la chaqueta. All right, and this next part over here, this is just the vocab section, but I'll go ahead and go over it with you either way. Number one says the opposite of perezoso, so that would be trabajador. Number two, the opposite of good looking would be feo. The opposite of tall would be short. The opposite of fat would be delgado, thin. And the opposite of short in length would be largo, long. Okay, so part 5 right here, this is one of the most important sections of the test. So we're looking at not only using colors, knowing what the words are in Spanish, but also making them agree in gender and number with the thing they're describing. So blue is azul in Spanish. If we're describing some socks that are plural, we're going to add an es to it. White in Spanish is blanco. If we're talking about zapatos, plural, we're going to add an s to that, say blancos. Pink is rosado in Spanish. If we're talking about a jacket, which is feminine, we're going to make that rosada, an A. Number 4, we're looking at una blusa, which amarillo is yellow, but since una blusa is feminine, we're going to go ahead and make that amarilla with an A. Number 5, una falda, green. Green is verde. Now, if you're describing something singular with verde, green, you're not going to change it if it's a feminine or masculine. It's always going to be verde, so we'll just leave that one alone. Number 6, black. Black is negro, but we're describing una camisa, which is feminine, so we're going to make that negra. Number 7, pantalones. So let's see, purple is morado. Pantalones happens to be plural and masculine, so we're going to add an S to that. Let's see, number 8, we have brown, which is marron or cafe, depends on who you're talking to. Marron is brown, socks is plural, so we're going to add an es to it. Number 9, un sweater, white is blanco, sweater is singular and masculine, so we're just going to leave that alone. And number 10, orange is a hard color there, anaranjado, but we're talking about shoes, so we're going to add an s to that, shoes, and say anaranjados. And this last section down here was fairly easy. We just had to match up these 5 nouns in the box right here with these 5 adjectives over here. So we're looking at something that are big, grandes. Notice grandes is plural, and that could be masculine or feminine. So technically that could go with libros or chicas. So we'll leave that one alone for a second. Next one we have alta, which is singular and feminine. There are two things in here that are singular and feminine, camiseta and mama. We're not going to describe a t-shirt as being tall, so I think we'll use mama for number 2. Right here we have verde, green, which could be masculine or feminine. So technically, la camiseta and suéter could work with that, so we'll leave that one blank for a second. Number 4, son bajas. Notice bajas is plural and feminine. So now we have two things that are plural, libros and chicas. I don't think that we're going to describe the libros, the books, as short in height, so I think that we'll call las chicas short in height, and then since we took away that one plural answer, we'll go back to number 1 and fill in los libros for grandes. And then number 5 is azul, which is also a singular color, and it's not feminine or masculine because it just ends in a consonant like that, azul. So really, suéter and camiseta could go flip-flopped for either 3 or 4. Well, heck, we'll do this 2 down here at the bottom. These questions, como eres, it's an important question you're going to want to know in Spanish 1. It means, what are you like? So to answer that, you're going to say, yo soy alto y fuerte, or something like that. Or if you're a girl, you'd be alta y fuerte. And number 2, como es tu amigo? So what's your friend like? Mi amigo es interesante y trabajador. And number 3, que llevas hoy? What are you wearing today? Yo llevo una camisa verde y unos shorts, I don't know, azules or something like that. So that was it. That was kind of reviewing just a Spanish 1 test on using adjectives to describe gender and number. If you have some questions, let me know. Thanks.